What catapults a character from their ordinary day to day to a life of adventure? When the big boss is slain, the dungeon's cleared out, the treasure's all been collected, how does the next chapter begin so the story can continue? Every hero's journey has to start somewhere. And people love a good origin story. Think about how many times you've seen Superman or Batman or Spider-Man just beginning at the beginning. In a few years, they'll all do it again and make $1 billion, and I'll almost definitely watch it. In Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, all other TTRPGs, a little bit of backstory can go a long way. And one of the most important things to answer in that story is, how did your character come to be an adventurer? At least if you want a memorable, fully fleshed out character. In some campaigns, the PCs are already clearly the people to approach when folks start to mysteriously go missing. In other campaigns, those first few sessions are going to be like an origin story we play through together. Maybe the PCs were just minding their own business at the festival when the orcs attacked, and they had to defend the town. However things get started for the characters and the campaign, one of the more advanced Dungeon Master secrets I've learned over the years is that one of the best ways to be prepared to run the game is to have a ton of new beginnings ready to go, whether it's a published module or a homebrew creation or like a hybrid approach, which tends to be my favorite. A good campaign, heck, in some ways, even a good session, is a series of calls to adventure. Say the party is sitting around the local tavern, as is tradition, celebrating another successful mission. Maybe they've bought a round of drinks for the whole common room since, they're flush with gold right now. They're divvying up their earnings. They're figuring out what they're going to spend it all on. With a little luck, they're going over, the last few sessions, reminiscing, maybe strategizing. And I really like these moments when the players are, going over their options, coming up with a plan together. It can lead to some real character development, like personality reveals. Plus, it's always nice when you get to, sit back and observe for a bit when you are running the game. But when that lull comes eventually, it's up to the dungeon master to hit the gas and start something new. And that's why it's good to have at least a couple calls to adventure ready to go. In the Game Master's Compendium of Explosive Creation, launching on Kickstarter and being fulfilled by DriveThruRPG, I have a table of a dozen ideas for calls to adventure, custom made for each character archetype. This means when you're building a D&D character, you can roll a d12 to discover how your PC got started in this adventuring life. I really love seeing how that origin story kind of connects to the motivations we talked about last time. Often all it takes is like a couple points of information and the imagination will start forming narratives and relationships, building an image of a fully fledged out character, like a connect the dot puzzle. Of course, you can always just, pick one that best suits the concept if you've already got one, or use the whole thing as like an inspiring jumping off point to come up with your own stuff, your own variations. And if you're sitting behind the Dungeon Master's screen with, say, 5 players, that means you've got 60 bespoke options to get the action started. Or you can utilize them to drop some lore and plant some story seeds, get a little creative and use them as like flashbacks, or incorporate them into NPCs, or like go loot the hundreds of other options that are going to be in the book, and you'll always have a ton of catalysts ready to kick off new adventures. I get a lot of juice out of coming up with new ideas like this, and I built these tools to be fast and fun, so it's easy to get those sparks flying. But simply knowing that I've got tools in the toolbox makes me way more confident running a game and helps me to like loosen up and not hold on to my prepared material so tightly. The same goes for my player characters too, on the off chance I, get to play in a one-shot or something. It can be incredibly liberating to not fear the death of your character because you're excited to create the next one. Look, most of the time in TTRPGs, your character is either going to die a hero or fade into obscurity when your group decides to start something else, or worse, scheduling conflict or burnout kills game night entirely. Now, for us forever DMs out there, it really frees me up at least to know I can churn out the concepts quickly or adapt existing stuff to feel as if they were all custom tailored to the characters the players have brought to the table without a lot of time and effort. Having multiple moves ready to go that can provide new directions or line up to point back to a conflict that's already been established, or even a little from column A and a little from column B to create the most options and player engagement. And that's the good stuff, baby. Now, a few people have asked already about the cover image for the compendium. It says it's all about creation, but it sure looks like there's some destruction going on here. Why is everything on fire? They ask. And I know those people don't have a lot of experience running D&D. Sometimes the players zig when you thought they would zag, and all your plans go up in smoke. Sometimes the big bad evil guy gets got way before you thought they would, or the players figure out the big secret a few levels early, or come up with an even better explanation for everything, and you've got to throw out what was in the book because now it just kind of seems dumb. I've had multiple games where everything was literally on fire. The dragon swoops in after they pissed it off and left it alive, or the players go full pyromaniac, right, and firebomb the evil thieves guild's wooden alcohol-soaked tavern / home base, and the dice say, hey, turns out it's pretty windy tonight, and sparks are flying onto the thatched roofs of all those tightly packed buildings, leaning on one another down in the seedy part of town. It can be pretty scary the first time it happens to you. Hell, even, as an experienced game master, it can shake you up a bit when you watch the world you've carefully built to literally go up in flames. But I am telling you, it can also be incredibly liberating. That's why I love this Phoenix imagery so much, because there is real magic in the creation that rises up from the ashes. You want to level up as a player or a dungeon master, being ready to watch everything burn because you're excited about what comes next can really change the game. Like life, a D&D game is a series of new beginnings. That's what keeps things interesting and dynamic. Without these changes, stories and characters can feel flat and boring. And that's why next time we're talking about transformation, growth, and character arcs. I hope I see you there. In the meantime, if you want to check out the compendium or get your hands on some sweet Verdigris Table merch, there are links below this video. Check them out. Thank you so much for watching. Embrace the creative destruction, be kind, and have fun.